Hey guys, how you doing? This is Anthony Gray. Welcome to Grayscale. I would like to, I just did a rush sky over here. It's about a 3-inch border around 11 by 20, 14 by 24 paper, Bristol board. Just a quick sky here. I want to talk about how to do pine trees. Okay, as you can see, I have the sunlight back here. But I got the highlights going from the upper right. Okay. So our highlight color for whatever tree I'm going to do will be the upper right. Alright. So, we'll just get on to it a little bit here. I want to emphasize about doing background trees. Alright, background trees does not require a whole lot of detail. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors here. Alright, I've got a white, yellow, cad red, phthalo blue, and a sap green. I don't think this is, let's see what type of it, just basic white. It's not titanium white, that's for sure. But I'm going to lighten up. I have the yellow, obviously, but what I'm going to do with that yellow is that I'm going to put a little, maybe a little touch of green. Just tap a little bit of green into that yellow. I want the trees in the distance to be more yellow, but just to have just a little tint of green. They're going to be the background trees. All right, and all I'm going to do, there's no medium, just pure paint. And I'm going to take, this is a little toy brush here. You see the ends is not really fine, a little splayed apart. It actually helps for you. Like I say, the background trees, okay, will be, I'm taking it and just a little tap here because it's just the background. And I'll make it about as uneven as I can. And I'm just tapping, go on the edge here. I didn't tape up. I'm just going to pull downward with them. Pull downward. Just like that. Because they're going to be in the background. You don't need much detail for the back. Okay. Just getting some more color. And just tapping. Some a little higher than others. And like I say, I'm just pulling downward. Because the trees that I'm really going to focus on will be in front of these, but it just gives it a sense of depth, and it's just for tutorial purposes only, really. That's a little too green. Put some more yellow in it. There we go. And just gets us tapped. Try to stay out of your way here. Just tap straight, just go straight down with it. Almost a feathering, like a push and release type of deal. That's it. Okay, as it dries, you can see it just sets in back there. That's basically all I want. That's all you need. Okay, that all by itself. Now, as I add the other trees, they just look like background trees all up around there anyway, okay? All the rest really doesn't matter. It adds to like little mist or fog or whatever you know, want to call it. I'm going to, with any tree, block in with a dark color. I refuse to use black. So I'm using my sap green and my cad red. Okay, get a very dark color, and I'm gonna use a little bit of sap green. So I got phthalo blue, cad red, and sap green. I'm only going to dip a little bit into the water. I want the paint to flow. Alright. Different variations of trees depending on the brush you use. Right now I'm using this it's flat. Okay. About a 1/2 inch flat here. And what I'm going to do, all I'm doing, what's important is the outside shape of the tree. Okay. Let's start it a pretty nice size one. What about here? Now you see that tap? Okay. Let's just go straight down with it for right now. Right about there. Okay. Depending on what type of tree you want. Let's say you want one where the bristles are going maybe upward, like this. Okay. And you would continue that upward stroke. But as you get further down the trunk of the tree, okay, the strokes get a little longer. See, the most important part is the outside shape. You really can care what's going on in here. You want that outside shape. That's the important part. And you just spread it out however you want it. Maybe you want some a little further than the rest. Alright. This is basically it. And maybe a little bit of grass around the edge here. Okay. Just maybe a little bit here and there. What I'm doing to get that grass effect is I'm got it angled downward and I'm pushing, okay, against it. Like that. That's the most important part of your tree. Right there. Let's say if you want a trunk of some sort, just hitting through there. I'm taking that yellow along with the dark color. Okay. Just a little yellow. Put some of that dark in there. And I'm going to take the side of the brush, just tap in a trunk, or a little bit of a trunk, not too much of one, something like that. Alright, you should be able to see that pretty good. Now that's your foundation color. Let's go to the next color, and for me right now it'd be more sap green. I'm still just playing around in this dark color, still using the same brush. Okay, brush is splayed out a little bit. Okay. Now you want it lighter than your foundation color, but you don't want to get rid of all of your foundation color. And remember, your highlights are coming from the upper right. Okay. So we're going to give a little tap right there. And you're going to just tap into your dark color, but without destroying the majority of your trees. Your dark color rather. And I'm going to go toward the other side. Put some of that green where you don't see the trunk. I'm going to go on the other side, do the same thing, just a slight tap. Now with the second color, and you can color most of your tree. Okay, that's fine. Like I say, it is dark, but not so dark you can't distinguish. And I'm also putting some green in to the grass area here. All I'm doing is taking the brush and just giving it a push. And you see you get those irregular shapes, the grass, alright? All in here I can just blacken that out there. Right against that border. Doesn't matter. Now, without wiping my brush, I'm going to dip into pure yellow here. Okay. Now with the pure yellow, Alright, even if you thin it down with water, what you don't need to do is to press. You don't have to press. Okay, this is your highlight color. And you just have to gently touch. And since it's coming from the upper right, that's where most of your glow, your highlight will be. Okay, something like that. If you want to take the brush and make it a little flatter, you know, whatever your preference is. Okay. You don't have to necessarily use all of the brush. You might just want to use the tip of the brush and angle it a little bit. But I kind of like the speckled look. And just remember to go in the direction of your tree. Just a little tap here and there. And maybe a few dabs here and there. Maybe even on the other side. Just maybe a little bit on the corner here and there. Now when it gets to the grass, you can either stroke like this, or you can just tap and push. If you're down toward the bottom, strokes work a little better. See, just give it a couple of, not everywhere. And then as you get to the top, you just give it a slight push. Gives you a little, like a little, the top heads to the grass. I'm going to take some white, mix it with the yellow for the final highlight. Now, when you mix that white and yellow together, it's going to be extremely bright against the yellow. Okay, and you really don't need too much. Just a little bit here and there. Like so. Not too much. And you want it to go almost slightly past the dark color of the tree. But you don't need too much. Make sure my head's out of the way. Okay. Just a little bit. Maybe some touching in the inside area here. It just gives it a sense of roundness. Alright. And here, just a slight tap. All the way on the top. Maybe some down on the bottom where some of that light tries to sneak in the corners there. But not too much. Just like that. Okay. Now you got one side of your tree. Okay. I'm going to rinse off the brush. For the dark half, you can do it one of a couple ways. Let's say if you want a dark half, but you want it dark, I'm going to use the blue. Mix it right in with a little bit of the green, sap green, blue and sap green. Okay. Now let's say if you want it dark, but you want it kind of a glowing dark. Okay. Add a little yellow to that. It's obviously darker than your highlight color, but it also have a kind of a little glow to it, so it kind of sticks out. You don't want to, once again, get rid of your total dark color. Okay, maybe tickle some of it in on the other side, just here and there. And then I'm going to add some for the grass, especially closer towards the bottom of your picture in here. Maybe have a little shade under the tree itself. Okay, now that's one variety. And you got the, like I said, you got the branches going up. You see a little bit of the bark in there, you know, kind of hiding in there. You don't have to show all of it. Just little bits and pieces here and there. Alright, now that's one variety. Okay, let me rinse this brush off. This was a flat brush. Alright. I am going to now move on to the Bob Ross special. The fan brush. Do one of his patented zigzag trees. is how I learned. Okay. Still get some more of the blue. Get some more of the red. I like this. Get some sap green. I love this as a foundation color. Makes a good shadow color. Makes a good mountain color. Nice base for your tree. Okay. I'm gonna dip a little into the water just to thin it out just a tad. Okay. Now with this brush, this is a pretty stiff brush. It's being used for many other things. All right. Let's put one right about over the top here. So I'll just spray it downward. Spray it down. Okay. Maybe even down here. Down below the border here. Yes, you're not going to see it. I'm going to get a little more sap green, a little more cad red, a little more phthalo blue. That's all I'm doing is I'm just mixing it, guys. Okay. I'm going to dip just a tip into the water so I can loosen up the paint just a little bit. And what I'm going to do in a zigzag pattern, start with the corner. Okay. Just go in a zigzag pattern. And as you get, I'll turn it around here because I got more paint on it. You can actually have them go straight across or aim downward. All depends on the angle of the brush you have also. Okay. The further down you go, the more you press, the harder you press. Now this might look like a more authentic pine tree that you're used to seeing. Okay. Now remember, I'm taking this and I'm going to go down past that border. So I'm going to just keep it moving. You might not see it, but it's down there. Believe me. And I'm going to just have it trail off. Down here, down to the side. Okay. I want it a little darker there. That might look like the more authentic pine tree that you're accustomed to looking at. That's your foundation color. Let's get into some more sap green. Okay. Now, the sap green is so closely related to the colors that I had mixed in there. I'm gonna put a tad of yellow in it just to lighten it up just a smidge. Okay. And I'm gonna go in the same zigzag type pattern, but I'm not gonna press as hard. You don't have to. Okay. Go in the same zigzag pattern, following the dark color. Now, because you're doing it in this type of manner, you're not going to destroy all of your dark. But you do see some of the green in there. Okay? Because it is still a lighter green. And I'm going right down past that border. I'm pressing pretty good down past here. And I'm going to just lift up on my brush a little bit, trail it. It's like I'm aiming downward, and it's just a push. That's all. Like so. I'm going to just have it go just down there. A little bit in the front here. But I kind of want this thing in front of the other tree. Alright. Like so. Okay? What I'm going to do is dip into pure yellow. Okay. Mix it right on top of that green. I'm taking some white to mix in with the green and that yellow. So I have a very minty type light green. Now, remember we're coming from the upper right. So most of this highlight color is going to be on the right side. Just now with this color, it's brighter, I got more paint on it, it's just a touch. Slight touch. And using the corner of the brush, I would not go in a zigzag pattern with this because you don't want it entirely. I'm turning the brush around. And with this, I'm just going in sporadic motions, still aiming downward, following the path of the tree, but not necessarily getting rid of all the dark in the preceding colors that came before it. Okay, now as I get down towards the bottom of this tree, give it a push. Okay. Maybe a little bit down here. Now as I get the brush aiming upward, it's going to give you that little smiley face kind of look. Aim it downward, it's going to give you a straighter feel. Okay. And that's basically what I'm looking for. Just like that. Alright. On this side, I'm going to get a little bit of blue. Phthalo blue. And I'm going to get some white with that phthalo blue. I really want the back end of that to pop. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to bother the top. Just toward the side. And you're going to do the same thing in the same pattern. Even tickle some of that highlight edge a little bit. I'm just turning the brush over. In the same stroke, same pattern, you just don't want to get rid of all that underlying color. Go a little bit on the other side. The reason why I'm going a little bit into the highlight side is it still gives you that sense of roundness. Okay, you're still looking for some of that. And get it a little bit into the grass area. Even in here. Because I want it to be darker, still darker coming towards you. And it gives you that illusion of depth. When you're coming toward the front. Like so. Alright. Still not done. You still got I want a very bright highlight with this type of tree. Okay. Still going to use the fan brush. Just wiping off the excess color. I'm going to use nothing but yellow and white. Not putting it into the green at all. Pure yellow and white. Okay. Only the corner. You see that? Only the corner. And I'm just gonna light touch here. Something really bright. And I'm just gonna hit the farthest end leaves. Okay. You wanna maybe, like I say, dab a little into the shadow area a little bit. You know, some of the sunlight might still want to peek through. But the brighter the color, the less I'm putting on, if you haven't noticed. I'm dipping still more into the white, mixing it in with the yellow that's already there. Just in spots. And even the tips of the grass. Just a slight the tips, more toward the top, not toward the bottom. Alright. Just like that. And maybe something sneaking around here, maybe a couple over there. Like so. And all it is basically you're just putting very fashionable dots in certain spots of the grass to give you that illusion of 3 dimensions. Alright. And just look like just wild grass with one of your pines. Now you got the pines, the leaves going up, pines slanted downward. Okay, and this is with the fan brush, this is with the a bright. I'm rinsing off the brush one more time. Okay. If you haven't noticed, the background trees that I laid down the first time is barely noticeable because you have such outstanding color coming in front of you. Even though they're back there. Okay, and it's completely dry, it's acrylic. Even this is dry already. Top of this, look, it's already dry. It's very fast, very fast. dries quickly. But then again, I have no glaze medium because I don't need it. And neither would you for doing detailed pine trees. Alright. I wish I could tell you what type of brush this is. But it's a beat up one. I think it would, I can't think of the name of what this brush would be. I'm looking here. Okay. It is a number 8 round brush. But as you see, it's seen better days. When you get brushes like this that are all ratty and beat up and look kind of shameful, they're actually the best. Okay. They're great. Because it gives you that sporadic, crazy pattern that you're looking for. Alright. In doing trees. So if you got a brush that looks like it's long in the tooth, keep it. Don't destroy it. Don't throw it out. They will be your best shrubbery and brush trees. Now I'm going to take this beat up round brush, and I'm going to make a tree with this. Glob on some nice dark paint. We'll get another one. Let's make one in between that size and this size. So we'll put it right about here. Okay. Now as you see, I'm just dabbing it. Just dabbing it on. Little globs and blobs. Because I want the general shape of the tree. Nobody cares what's going on here. Doesn't matter. I'm going to leave that X right there because it doesn't matter. Okay. But as you can see, I'm using the side, pushing against it, pushing with. Okay. I don't want to go really past that border, so I'll just do a nice little push up here, put the grass all around there. Doesn't matter here. Just little push-ups here and there. Okay. You just want the general shape of the tree. I gotta make sure my tree isn't lopsided because I'm looking at it at an angle. Okay. And that's basically how you want your tree. I'll have it trail around here somewhere. Alright. Now I'm going to take some sap green, pure sap green. I never washed the brush. Still got the dark on the brush. Okay. And the same little globular strokes. Put some highlights on that. Or at least the foundation color. Shouldn't have said highlights. But remember, the most important part is keeping the shape of that tree. The pine tree. Okay. And I'm going to go here on the other side. Not getting rid of all the dark. Get some more green, because some of the dark is coming through. Just one, there we go. A little more green. Hopefully you can see this green. I know it's a little dark. Okay. I'm not going to get rid of all of that darkness, but I want just to trail some grass in there. Just like that. Okay. And if you want to put a branch or whatever, the trunk rather, in there, like that, you can do that also. That's going to be mostly covered because we're going to go to our highlight color. I'm going to use, like I said, I ran out of yellow. I don't really like using white per se for a highlight. I'd rather use yellow mixed with a little white, but mainly yellow. Yellow is in green. I'd rather keep that kind of harmony. It might be different for you or for other artists, but just for me, I like to keep the color harmony really. So I would rather highlight with the yellow. Still from the upper right direction. Okay. Very light touch. Now this is yet a pine tree, keeping the pine shape. But as you can see, the pattern is a little rounded, which is fine. Even around here. Let's put some of the grass up in there. And like I said, I was going to cover up some of what would be the trunk of the tree. But this is basically how you do it, just like that. I'm still going to keep that bright highlight color on my brush. It's nothing but pure blue now. Remember, I have yellow and white already on it, so it's going to give you a bluish green, kind of a deep blue green. And I'm going on the other side. Now, as you first put it on, it will really stick out, which is fine. Okay. I'm sticking also with where the dark is on this type of tree. I'm going a little bit into the green itself, the light green on the other side, because I wanted it to give that type of sense of depth to it. Go a little bit into the other tree to make it look like it's going in front of the other pine. Okay. And basically it. Just like that. Now you have another variety of pine tree. Okay. Let's make a pine tree where the pine needles just stick outward. Okay. Got this nice glob of green I really don't want to get rid of, but this is not the brush I want to use for that. Wiping off the color. Let us use what other brush I can use. That's basically it. So we're gonna go back to the fan brush because it'll do the most effective straight lines here. More sap green, more phthalo blue, more cad red. Okay, I'm just stirring it all together, just one big mashup in here. More blue and a little more red. Blue and red makes violet. The green neutralizes them both, grays them down, but in that process it makes them very, very, very dark. Let's get a little bit of water in here. Loosen up the paint just a bit. Okay. Here we go. And we're going to make this tree, the branches just go straight left, straight right. Alright. Now for that, I'm going to have it tall, like up here somewhere. And right around there somewhere. Okay, but you want it to go straight across. Straight across. Like so. There we go, straight across. Now pay attention to how I'm doing this. Because you see that I'm not necessarily going heavy in the middle. Don't have to yet. Okay. I still want it to go straight across. Like so. The middle will come later. It's just a different type of tree that I want to get you accustomed to doing. We're going to continue that grass right on down here. Okay. Now, as you can see, we got the pattern going straight across. Alright. You're worried about this part here, where we're going to strengthen that middle. That's going to be the bark, the center part of your tree. Right in there. Like so. Okay. Center part of your tree. Dipping into a little more water. And yes, there are actually pines that look like this. Okay. I'm not going to have it totally symmetrical. Just some here and there. Maybe a little heavier toward the bottom. But all the rest just look haphazard and crazy, just like that. You cannot tell me you haven't seen pines that look like that. You lie. Alright. Let us get into some yellow. No. More green. Well, I'll put the green and the yellow in there. Something to make it stand out. Okay. Once again, from up there, we're going to go in that straight pattern. Okay. This time, more of a dead-on type of approach, because you want the bristles to appear like pines that go in, the needles that go in all sorts of directions. That's kind of what you want out of that. You need for this a little more paint, getting some more green, some more yellow. And you want a straight on approach more. Okay. Even if you cross over a little bit, that's fine. Now I'm going to sneakily put in some highlights in that. Of course, we're going to get a phone call, right? Let's see if it's anybody important. Of course not. And we're going to continue on. I want... Oh, that's right. Since I got rudely interrupted by a telecall, I'm going to sneak in a little bit of highlight in the bark of the tree itself. Just a little bit. Right around the edge here. Maybe a little bit in there. Not too much. Get rid of that. But just a little bit like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of white. Mix it with the yellow. Okay. It's just a slight tap. Okay. Still in a straight line. More toward the top. Get some going across the trunk of the tree. Still more of a dead eye. You still want the little texture of the needles themselves. But aim it towards the top of the branches. Okay. And then a little bit of highlight up around here. We're going to do the same exact thing with the darker color. I'm not removing the light color. I'm actually mixing it in with I'm going to put a little red in there. So we're going to have a little red, blue with this the light color. The red neutralizes it. Obviously, you know it's the opposite on the color wheel of green, and it will gray it out. Okay, and we're going to go on the other side. This is a different type of shading altogether, because now you're going to have, you got a gray backlight on your dark foundation color, and it will be seen. And make sure when you do these, put it right against the dark. Okay, because if you put it against the yellow, it'll be an entirely different thing, and you might not like what you get. Okay, just like so. Put a little bit of that dark muted color right in the bottom, especially coming towards you, all in there, like so. Okay. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4 different varieties of pine. Okay, don't ask me the correct name of them. I don't know. I just draw the things, paint them. Okay, I want to get rid of some of that there and darken that. Now, 2 with the fan brush, 1 with the flat, and 1 with the round. Okay, we're going to do one more. I think I'll have this one come half out the border, coming down front, right around here. Okay, I'm deciding what brush I really want to use. I think I'll go with the flat for the last one. What do you think? I'm rinsing off this brush pretty good. Looking at the time, 40 minutes. Okay. Getting too close to that mark. Using my... do I really want to use this? Nah, not really. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch this time. 1/2 inch flat. Okay. Now, when using all of that dark color, I only use a little bit of paint. That's all that's really needed for this example. I am going to part the side of my head. Just pouring on some more color. I like to use Grumbarker thick bodied acrylic. I enjoy it. It's very versatile. You can mix just a tiny bit of water with it and still have that body to it without it streaking up and acting crazy, unless you want to do a project like that where you use a lot of water, but it holds very well. I enjoy it. Getting my 3 colors: green, sap green, phthalo blue, cad red. Okay. I'm going to mix these 3 right now. Give me a nice dark color. The darker you might want your color, the more red, the more blue you want to put it in there. The green neutralizes. And I'll say when it neutralizes, it takes that violet, grays it out, makes it very, very dark. Put a little bit of water on the tip of my brush just to thin out that paint just a little bit. Okay. Now hopefully I can do this without really stepping on anybody, getting in the way. Nope, just my little bony arm. Alright, here we go. Let's make this one a little shorter. Right about here. Right about down here. I still want it to come in front, maybe down there somewhere. And we're going to go right from the top here. Now I'm coming in with the middle. Okay. Angling the brush. I want that middle to be kind of... Now all I'm doing is tapping downward. Okay. I want it to come on the outside down there. Do some more in here. You see that little gap? I'm going to keep that gap in there. I'm going to keep that one in there too. I'm still coming downward. I'm coming right off the paper down there. Okay. I'm going to let it trail on. Probably meet these guys here. I'm going to have it come all the way down. Make it a nice size one. Come all the way down here too. Okay. Probably put a little bit of action right in here, maybe. Alright. Now that we have that established, that color, okay, I have to lighten up the green so that can show because it's so dark. So it's nothing but sap green, some yellow. I never clean the brush. Don't intend to. Never intended to. Okay. A little more, a little water added to it. Okay. Now, considering you see the shape kind of haphazard, kind of crazy looking, right? And you can work with that. Make sure I'm not in your way. I still want put a little bark in there too, like that. And I'm just gonna, cause this is you're already laid down a foundation color, so this is gonna be your main color of the tree. Still going in the same type of direction. I'm also painting at an angle that also contributes to the craziness of the way this tree looks, but that's okay. What I'm doing is a downstroke. Okay, don't drag your brush. That's all I'm doing. I'm going across some of the bark. It's okay. Now, as I get toward the bottom here, I'm going to go in reverse, like so. You see, it looks like clumps of grass down there. And remember, I want it going some of the green to go past the opposite side of the border. I got some coming here. I'm not going to get rid of that dark. So I'm going to come here. Turning my brush over. I'm going to come out here. Let's mix it again with a little bit of that red. Come down here. Because I wanted to meet with these guys over here. So I'm going to get some more of that color. A little bit of the dark, a little bit of the light green. Up around here. Meet these guys over here. Like that. Just have them just go all over the place. All outside the border. When you go outside the border like this, you don't have to do it in every painting. But it really adds to the three-dimensionality of what you're doing. Okay. Now, I'm going to, because I ran out of yellow, it's okay. Still the direction is coming from the upper right. Just putting a little more yellow paint in here. Gotta look at the clock here. What are we at? 45? Okay. Put some yellow. Put a little white. Mix it in there. It's got like a whitish green, light, really light color, more toward the yellow side, which is what I'm looking for. Okay. And we're going to highlight. Actually, I'm going to be slick and I'm going to highlight a couple of those just in little spots. Maybe down here. Stroke a little bit. There's your trunk. Now, just a little bit following the path of your tree. Cross it a little bit. Remember, don't drag. Okay? Please don't drag. I'm going outside the border here. Some in there. Still following the direction of the leaf. Some around here, maybe. Now I'm going to go at an upward, like so. And I'm going to do some around here. Just little hints here and there. Now you can see it makes a different type of pattern, which is fine. Actually, it's giving me a nice little hilly look because, like I say, it's the angle of how I'm painting this because I don't want to get in your way, but it's actually working for me. Okay. All up in there. Make it join up in there a little bit. Like that. I'm turning my brush around. There. And have it keep going that way. Now, if it's too bright for your taste, you can also darken it up a little bit. But I'm going to add a little red with that mix. So I'm adding red with a little bit of that green. The opposite is just grayed up a tad. So I got a red and green mix. Slight hint of blue. But more red and green. And I'm going to just a little bit here and there. I just don't want to have it truly overpower. Gotta add some shadows in there. Even all in here. And I'm going to use a little bit of that dark color, more red, more green for the shaded area of the half of the tree here. It's a deep color. It's got more red in it, intentionally. Because you got to remember, this color will, once the water evaporates, it's gonna darken up even more. Okay, I got it going a little bit into the other side. I want to deaden up some of those bright spots in there. Not all of them, but just a little bit. Just want a little brighter, a little darker here. It's mixing in also with the black background. Okay. I just want to kind of deaden a lot of that. Even though I'm pushing into the lighter color, all I do is bringing the color down a little bit. You can still see the underlying color underneath. Okay, like so. As you see, there's a mixture of color that I got in there, red and green. I'm using that for my benefit, actually, because it brings a little harmony. Okay, and they don't look so chaotic. Okay, actually, it looks a little like shrubbery. I'll bring some of that around in here. It kind of matches it, brings it all together, like so. And maybe a little bit of that here, just here and there. Okay, brighten some of that up in there. It actually ties it all together. Okay. Now you have various paints using various brushes. I'm using nothing but straight blue. Just straight dark blue. And you see I'm still keeping some of the sunlight areas in there. Alright, that should be about it. Now, you have 5 trees. Okay, got all sorts of little shrubbery and all sorts of things going on in here. I hope that you appreciate and enjoy this little tutorial on trees and brush strokes and how you can add different types of shading and tone to your trees using the different types of brushes. Okay, remember the flat brush did this one. The flat brush did that one. The fan brush did this one. Fan brush did this one here. And the round brush did this one. Okay. So, flat, fan, round, fan, and the flat. Alright. And I still used only the 5 colors. The soft white, yellow, cad red, sap green, and phthalo blue. And it gives you what you're looking at right now, the trees. And I hope that's what she looks like. Okay. It looks a little cleaner if I pulled it away and wiped all this excess off. But this is just an example tutorial. I really hope that you enjoy seeing it done. And whatever you like or you didn't like, right now I'm just playing around while I'm talking to you. Whatever you like or you didn't like, you know, just give me a write, really. Okay? Just let me know how you felt about it, what you think could have been a little better, or I didn't clear nothing up enough. Let me know on there too if I didn't clear anything for you. If you like it, you know, press the like button on my channel, and I'll get to doing some more. And like I said, I'm just playing around right now. And press the subscribe button on my YouTube channel. If you do attempt some of these trees, go to my Facebook page, which will be somewhere around here. A little lower, about around here. Go to my Facebook page and give me a quick holler, a little shout out. Let me see what your work looks like on my Facebook page. Put it right on my main page. Okay. I would love, really, to see what you guys are doing with it. if you want critiques or whatever, you know, let me know. I really can't wait to see what you guys are doing. Okay, as you see, I'm just playing around, but I'm adding a little, what would be called a little shrubbery here and there. You know, maybe over the red, to dye it down a little bit. Keep most of the color up front. Okay. Once again, it adds to the three-dimensionality of your drawing, even though I'm just drawing a bunch of trees. It's alright. Okay, enough playing around and piddling around. Hope to hear from you soon, alright? God bless.